Okay, good evening and welcome to our September 11th, 2014 meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals. I'd like to take a moment just to have a moment of silence for all those who lost their lives on this horrific day. So for a moment, let's just have a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Okay, it being 7:05, first of all, any new business? Okay, anyone have any conflicts with the two matters that are before us this evening? Okay, on this first one, I'm going to have, sitting on this will be, let me see, it'll be, what did I do with the, okay, here we go. Obviously myself, Joe, John, Brian, and Charlie will sit on this one, okay? The first applicant, if you'd like to come up, please. Just have a seat and let me just read here, okay. It being 7:05, on the continued application of Emily Vite of 21 Westbrook Street, Milford, for variance and special permit relief in relation to a 4,400 square foot, more or less, parcel of land owned by her on the northerly side of Westbrook Street, known and numbered as 21 Westbrook Street. The special permit relief is requested to allow the removal of the existing garage and the construction of a new 18-foot by 24-foot garage with walk-up loft, together with a 10-foot by 12-foot breezeway mudroom and other extensions as referred to in the application. The variance relief sought is to allow certain of the proposed construction renovations on the subject lot closer to lot lines than is otherwise permitted. On the application is pursuant to what provisions of the zoning bylaws do you seek a special permit and for what purpose? Building setbacks, non-conforming lot. The special permit sought is in harmony with the general purpose intent of the zoning bylaw, yes. The proposed use of the premises will not create undue traffic congestion or impair pedestrian traffic, no. The proposed use of the premises will not cause harm to the neighborhood or create a nuisance or hazard affecting the health, safety, or welfare of the public, no. And then for the variances, the variance is, what section of the zoning bylaw do you ask to be varied? Setbacks and frontage setbacks. What circumstances exist relating to the soil conditions, shape, or topography of the subject premises which do not generally affect other land in the zoning district? None for kitchen bump out. Garage would be 2-story. If a variance were not granted, what hardship would be caused by the circumstances described in 13 above? None. Just trying to stay in the current residence with a growing family. State why you feel the grant of the variance will not cause substantial detriment to the public good. It would only improve the condition of the home and make the neighborhood look nice. Okay, and from the planning board. The planning board letter, let's see. Okay, the planning board, this is dated June 3rd, 2014. Dear Mr. Chairman, the applicant requests CBA special permits variances to construct an addition to the existing single-family dwelling on the subject property. The addition will consist of an 18 by 24 attached garage, which a 10 by 12 connecting breezeway. A small 5 by 8 kitchen addition is also proposed. The existing 12 by 16 detached garage is to be raised. The property is an undersized 4,400 square foot corner lot with a front yard required along each adjacent street. Thus, there are 2 front yards and 2 side yards. As a corner lot, there is no rear yard. The existing house is non-conforming as to front yard setback requirements. Specifically, the following variances are required. 17-foot building, the attached garage, the setback for Overlay Avenue is 25 feet is required. 3 foot on the building on the attached garage. Setback from the north sideline, 10 feet required. 9 foot on the building on the attached garage. Setback from the west sideline, 10 feet required. 9-foot building on the kitchen addition setback from the west sideline is 10-foot required. 32% of the building coverage proposed, 25% is allowed. Due to the small size of the property, I recommend an unfavorable report be forwarded to the Zoning Board of Appeals. And then with that, the floor is yours.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I guess this is our third meeting, so I did submit the plans prior to, about 7 weeks ago. You asked for revised plans to show what the structure will exactly look like. I submitted a footprint prior to, so I fulfilled the requirements for that, which you guys, I think there's 5 copies amongst yourselves. So the plans for the garage and breezeway are attached. As you can see in the plot plan there, with due respect to the existing garage, I did try to pull it off the property line somewhat, 3 foot, like you said, on the north side, and 9 foot in the back to kind of make it more proportional to the rectangular shape of the lot. And as well as the kitchen bump out, try to stay as close as possible to the west side of the property line, which is 1 foot, to the setback that's required. So that's what we have. We want to try to stay in the town and stuff. We do have a growing family. The garage will be used as, obviously for toys and a vehicle and everything. The loft at the time probably will just be for storage. If we continue to have, a growing family, a possible bedroom, but not a bedroom at this time. We just want to prepare ahead to see if that does occur in the future. We don't have to make last-minute adjustments.
I see on the loft here, it's really more of a loft. It's a second story and it's dormered on both sides.
Correct.
So you consider that a loft?
Yeah, I want to build it, if we build it just with a storage area, I want to put the dormers up there, because if we do happen to put a bedroom down in there in the future, I don't have to start ripping the roof line again, at that time. I mean, obviously, if we do something with it, and add an additional bedroom, I guess we'd come back to the town and tell you guys that we're putting a bedroom in at the time. But at that time, the garage and the loft above won't be a livable, part of the house at the time. The breezeway, yes, the breezeway will be more or less a mudroom, closet space, storage space for, our clothes, a stroller, etc. So, and then the bump out will basically be an addition to our kitchen, and what that would provide us would be more or less of a seating area. We're trying to stay with the same bungalow concept and put like a booth type seating arrangement in there.
Do you have any pictures of your home right now with you, photographs?
If it was 2 weeks ago, I would have. I just got a new phone, so I don't have any. We walk in, I have a stroller. The stroller sits in the kitchen. There's just no storage in the home itself. So, and even in the kitchen, we've got, the front room is like a big, long living room, and that's what we use as our dining room, because the smaller room is where we sit, and, that's where the TV room is. So it's, we're not using the house the way that it's supposed to be used, because we don't have the space to use it that way, so we want to keep it, it's definitely my goal. When I bought the house, I wanted it to look like the original home that it was, and just do the renovations that's needed. And now, like Darren said, with a growing family, it's like if you can add to it and still make it look nice, then I don't know why not do that, because we love the neighborhood, we love our neighbors, we've kind of established ourselves there. We're starting to, grow roots in that area, so we don't want to have to, start over somewhere else.
Are you the contractor?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Anyone else, Mark?
My only question is, I saw the lot, but it's obviously small.
Yep.
And it's weird shaped.
Yeah.
They're trying to, from what I could see, they're trying to do the best they can with what they have. Your garage, if I got this correctly, is set way off to the right. It's very small, right on
It's,
the... right on
it
the-
actually sits on, it was built in the 50s, late 40s, early 50s. It was a kit, and actually, or the bump out part of it actually sits on the stone wall with 2x4, so.
That's what I thought I saw.
So, but it's also.
It's a little white garage set off off to
Yeah.
the right of the house.
Yeah,
So that was-
and it's, if we, like, this garage would actually, the way that the whole structure is with the house and then the garage, it's like, none of it becomes usable space, but with this plan, you almost get more yard, like, you're losing a little space, but it becomes more usable.
And you get it away from
Because
the
it's all in
neighbors.
one section.
Where the garage is now, are you actually gonna have, you're right on the line right now, correct?
Yeah,
Are you gonna be off that line?
yes.
How far? Is that the 9 foot?
The north side of the garage currently right now is within 8 inches of the property line.
Right.
I'm bringing it in 3 feet into
3
the
feet.
property
That's
line.
what
And
you-
then the back side is, again, right on the property line. I'm bringing in a total of 9 feet back into the property. Now, I just want to get it
So
up.
everything you're doing basically is you're taking the garage that's currently there, you're actually bringing it closer to your own property. But
Yeah,
you want-
we're bringing everything in.
Everything in, but you want to expand within the property line that you have.
Correct,
You just need the variances for what
Correct.
you obviously don't have.
correct.
But it is a weird shaped lot. And it's a corner lot, it's just one of those, I feel for it.
But we love it. I mean, we love that area and that kind of feel. It's nice to have that, so.
It is a nice neighborhood.
It's also really hard because all the homes in that price range are giant homes. We don't want a giant home. We love the coziness of our home, and so it's, it would be a whole lifestyle shift to have to look for another home along with a big price tag, but I feel like this is the home that we love, and we want to make it suitable for our family.
That's all I have.
John?
Nothing right now.
Okay. Joe?
Yeah, I have, I'm trying to find here, but I can't quite find it. What is the total height of the garage?
It's 22 feet.
22
The
feet?
existing house currently right now is 25, so the roof line peak will be just about 3 feet shorter than that.
Now, that's without the cupola, or? It
There's-
shows a cupola on the top of the,
That's the old plans. That was the plans I sent in as the footprint. No, the cupola is not part of that,
a
no.
part of it?
No,
No
no.
rooster up on top?
No, we're not doing any of that, no.
No,
no.
this is the plan I should
That's
be looking at?
the current plan,
Okay.
correct.
All
The
right.
plans I submitted prior was just a footprint of the 18 by 24, and it did show a cupola.
Anything else, Joe? or
No, I think that answers it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Brian?
How close are the neighboring buildings to your house and to this addition? I can't tell from the site plan.
So the people to the north of us, there is a lot that was owned by the town, which our neighbors actually purchased. So there's nothing north of us. It's just a parking area. And then to the west of us, from our house, our existing house, so you got roughly about 9 feet from there to the property line, so an additional 9 feet, so about 18 feet from our existing west side of the house to their east side of their house, about 18 feet. And we're elevated. We're separated by probably about a 6-foot retaining wall, which is set back, so when they look out their window, they actually see the wall. And there's a row of bushes separating it as well.
Okay. How much yard are you gonna be left with? You gonna have any usable yard?
Yeah, because by moving the garage closer towards the,
Like
that's
off
the
the
front
property
property
line.
line, there'll be, we consider it a backyard, but it'll be small enough where, we can have a couple chairs and everything. Currently, right now, it's the way the house, or the existing garage is, and then we have a driveway right there. We have very little distance between the existing house right now, and there's like a side porch too, so there's really not much there. But by bringing everything closer into the property as much as we possibly can, it does give us a little bit more privacy and everything in the back.
Like all the yard space would be in one line as opposed to a piece here, a piece here, a piece there, a piece there. So it becomes more usable.
That's all, thanks.
Okay, and Charlie?
Yeah, can I see the picture of the existing home that you had shown?
Yeah.
On his phone.
I won't make any calls.
No, that's fine. So that's the existing garage right there, and then that's the existing house in the little breezeway there. So that breezeway is only gonna go about 4 feet and then attach to the garage, but everything's going.
That's what they probably have, John. That's what's currently there.
Yeah.
The house is away at the bottom. That's right on.
Have you had any discussion with the neighbors about it, or have they, obviously, I don't see any abutters here. So that's,
Well,
There
we'll,
isn't a-
we'll get to
Okay,
that.
all
We'll
right.
get to that. I'm waiting.
fine. Okay. Have you discussed it with your neighbors?
Yes,
And-
yeah.
Is there any issues that they see?
No, people kept on asking us where we stand with it, how come we weren't doing anything, so.
Okay. All right, I'm all set there.
Okay, anyone
have
in
one
the?
question.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
You have no intentions of making any part of that loft area in the garage a second living space, a rental property, or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Like I said, if we have more kids, obviously, I mean, that house existing house is just, there will be no bedrooms for them. So I just want you to understand, in the future, we may use that as family bedrooms. That's it.
Right.
No
Yeah,
rentals.
but you can't put a kitchen or any.
No.
No. That's why I want to do the bump out. The kitchen we have, the floor plan right now is great. It's a
Because you
good floor
couldn't do
plan.
that. You couldn't have a
Yeah.
kitchen or anything
Nope.
in there
The
anyway.
only thing that would be in there would be utilities for the garage door opener. And if we do the thing electrical, there'd be no plumbing above there.
You can't.
Nope.
Okay, and anyone here in the audience here to be heard on this petition? Could you state your name, sir? Come right up here and just state who you are.
My name is Lydia Canaro. I live kind of north of their property. I live on Congress Terrace. I bought that piece of lot in town, so I'm for what they're doing because it's going to, I think, enhance my property. And obviously, everyone else's property around it, I think it's a positive. The existing garage that's there now is kind of an eyesore, and it does sit on my lot line. They're gonna move it away from the lot line, it's a positive for me, and they're going to fix it up, put some nice shrubs there, I hope. So I think it's a positive.
Now, do you actually live next door to them, or it's just an empty lot?
I do live there.
Oh, okay.
I bought the lot and combined it with that, the 4 Congress Terrace, which,
Okay.
when I bought the house.
All right.
And the neighbors to their
That would be the west of us.
west of us, they asked me to speak for them. They're Portuguese. They're also, for them to build it, they're actually excited. I think it's going to enhance that area. We fixed up our house. They bought a house that they had, just renovated the whole thing. They're fixing it up. By them fixing that house, I think it's going to be a positive for that neighborhood.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else have anything, any other comments or questions? All right, and I'll leave the last word to you.
Well, I think I kind of explained everything. Just, we want to stay. I mean, it's the bottom line. We like the house. It's got a lot of potential. And, this would make our living arrangements a lot more comfortable. And, provide a little bit more, less stress and thinking about what could occur down in the future. Don't want to leave. That's the
All right.
bottom line.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, we'll close the meeting. We'll take it under advisement. Why don't we just take care of this right now, instead of waiting like for the second one? Comments? The 5 people that'll be sitting on it, it'll be myself, Joe, John, Brian, and Charlie.
Right.
So, comments, any, is everyone
No, to me, this
in
looks like,
agreement to grant the 5, well, it's.
yeah, I would make a motion that we grant it. It seems like the neighbors are for it, and sometimes we've seen many neighbors up here very excited about not wanting to do what the neighbors are going to do. So it looks like it's
Okay.
going to enhance the neighborhood, so I make a motion that we approve it.
Okay, motion from Charlie, do I have a second?
Second,
Second from Joe.
right?
Any comments or additions or anything? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, it was unanimous. Okay, good luck, you know, there's a, you'll hear from the clerk's office, but there's a 20-day appeal period, so just wait for that.
Okay.
You should be all set. Good luck with things,
Appreciate your
okay?
time. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Sorry it took so long. All right. Very good, thank you.
Do we need to sign anything, or we're all set?
No, we're all set.
All right, thank you.
Okay, and the next applicant is Douglas Patterson, PE, come right up, folks. And sitting on this will be, let's see, it'll be Mark, Brian, John, Joe, and myself. Okay, it being after 7:10, on the application of Douglas Patterson, P.E., on behalf of Baxter Healthcare Corp., owner of the property of 27 Maple Street in Milford, for a special permit pursuant to Section 3.2.5.1 of the zoning bylaws in relation to the 5.2848 acre more or less parcel of land located on the westerly side of Maple Street, known and numbered as 27 Maple Street. The special permit relief sought is to permit the establishment and the use of 2 portable warehouse facilities in conjunction with operations ongoing on the subject property. The application. Explain the reasons why you assert that a special permit sought is in harmony with the general purpose and intent of the zoning bylaw. Temporary solution and need while permanent solution is currently in design. The proposed use of the premises will not create undue traffic congestion or impair pedestrian safety. Location selected as current loading dock and matches purpose of area. The proposed use of the premises will not cause harm to the neighborhood or create a nuisance or hazard affecting the health, safety, or general welfare of the public. Current activity will not change. Planning Board. Planning Board meeting on August 20th, it was a favorable recommendation. The applicant requested ZBA special permit to allow for the temporary placement of 2 cold storage units on the subject property. The zoning bylaw provides for portable storage containers via special permit from the Zoning Board of Appeals. The 2 cold storage units are to be placed at the rear of the building at the loading docks. This will accommodate the needed cold storage area until such time that the interior renovations are completed. All applicable zoning requirements appear to be met. Therefore, I recommend a favorable report be forwarded to Zoning Board of Appeals. An amended site plan from the Planning Board is required once the special permit is granted by the ZBA. And the floor is yours, sir.
So basically, we're looking for the special permit to install 2 temporary freezer cooler units adjacent to our current loading dock in Building B in order to support proposed manufacturing expansion at our site at 27 Maple Street.
What are the size of the containers?
They're approximately 40 feet long by 8 feet wide by 9 foot high. So this is the first, excuse me, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So this is the first phase in a master plan for our site. So these will be temporary storage units while we expand our warehouse internal capabilities at 27 Maple Street. We expect them to be on site approximately 1.5 to 2 years. While we expand internal warehouse capabilities.
You have any cold storage internally?
Currently?
Currently?
We do. It's undersized for our projected increase in manufacturing capacity.
Can you tell us what you manufacture?
So we're manufacturing a hemophilia drug. It's currently, we expect it to be approved by the FDA mid-October, but it's a Factor VIII hemophilia drug.
Okay.
Is this the form of biomeasure?
Yes.
Correct.
Area of the building?
It's the site, correct. So Baxter purchased the site and the property from Biomeasure.
Mark?
Exactly where is 27 Maple Street?
It's right across from Waters Corporation,
Right.
directly across.
Because I was there this afternoon and I saw 31, 25, and 23.
It's directly across from the entrance to Waters, directly
Right.
across the street. It's kind of on the curve, so,
That's where I must have missed it. I'm looking at one. Where is this place?
no. I mean, we have a large sign, but it's kind of on the curve, so.
And you're going to be there about a year and a half?
With these temporary
Year
units?
and a half to 2 years?
Correct.
That's all I have.
Warren?
All set.
Joe?
Is there any concerns as far as properties of the storage would be concerned as far as chemicals, toxicity, or anything of that nature?
So the materials we're storing are media and buffer. Chris, can you elaborate
So
on their
media and
composition?
buffer are actually components for our overall process for manufacturing the drugs. They're considered non-chemical or non-flammable based. They're just related to the overall production of the product.
Are they considered hazardous materials?
No.
So if the refrigeration, let's say, should go out, would there be any worry with, anything happening to?
Any kind of reaction or
No.
anything?
No, absolutely not.
Right. Brian?
No questions?
Charlie?
Yeah, just one. Is there any security issues with you having this materials? I know you say it's benign material, but at the same time, you're going to have it outside of your facility. Do you see any issues there, or do you have full-time
We
security?
do have, 24-hour, 365 days a year security with, security cameras that monitor the site continuously.
Okay. Obviously, there's no one else here, so I guess there's no one that cares to speak on this. We'll give you folks the last word, and then we'll close the meeting and take it under advisement.
I appreciate your time. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Members of the board, any comments or? Okay, I'll entertain a motion. Well, I think we should have this, we'll give them this permit for 2 years. If it goes beyond that, you'll have to come, hopefully you'll have your construction
Yes.
finished by that time,
Yes,
but
yes.
I think it's fair that we'd give you, would they decide, the board decides to vote favorable, that it'd be for 2 years.
Okay.
So if you hit the 2-year mark and you need it, you'll have to come before us again.
Which is fine.
Okay?
Yes.
So can I entertain a motion motion by John, seconded by,
Joe?
well, we'll give, okay, Joe.
It's okay.
Second by Joe. Any comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, it's unanimous. Again, there's a 20-day appeal period. Oh, no, there isn't. No, you're all set with this, sorry.
I appreciate it. Thank you very
Okay,
much
you're
for
all
your
set.
time.
Good luck with this. I hope you get the construction done quickly. And have a great evening.
Yeah, you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Does the board have any other business that we need to discuss this evening? Okay, seeing that it's 12:30, we'll close the meeting, and good night to everyone, and have a great evening, what's left to it.